Good evening, fastball fans, and welcome to the nightcap here at Mildhan Field, Green Valley Sports Complex, Moline, Illinois. It is the 76th annual ISC World Tournament, and I'm Blair Setford. With me is Joe Todd here in the ISC Network. Joe, we've got Fargo KENGEL Black Knights and JB out of Agoura Hills in California. Two evenly matched teams here. I'm looking forward to a real good ball game to cap off the day.
I would think so, Blair. Both of these teams are actually obviously on the winning side of the program, and both played really well in their opening game. So I'm looking for a real good tilt here to end the game off.
For the visiting JB squad, Ishmael Pena will lead things off, the shortstop. He'll be followed by Lenny Villavazzo, Nico Carrillo, the designated player, Rogelio Sequeira playing third base, Rafa Flores catching, Mariano Montero in left, Juan Villavazzo is playing first today, Cesar Rodriguez in right, Yusuf Davis center field, pitching, not batting, Ramon Godoy, the ace for the JB team. And defensively for the KENGEL Black Knights, out in left, Mike Lewis, center field. Chris Norris in right, it's Mitch Warren, and then around the horn, Tyrone Bartarillo, Peter Kavanaugh, Zach Shaw, and Jeff Lewis. Brady Woods pitching to Zach Warren. We're underway. First pitch, a strike called by our home plate umpire, Joe Todd.
Keith Cook from Minnesota. First base is Brandon Bloom from Washington, and at third base is David Fortin, our exchange umpire from New Zealand.
Woods from Manitoba pours in. Another strike. And it is 0-2 very quickly on Ishmael Pena. And going to check, and yes, says first base umpire Brandon Bloom. He did go around. So down on strikes, 3 quick strikes. Ishmael Pena, and a leadoff strikeout for Brady Woods and the Fargo KENGEL Black Knights. That'll bring up Lenny Villavazzo, tied for the lead in home runs at last week's USA National Championship, and a good young ball player for Mexico. And Lenny, real impressive, Joe, on the infield as well as at the plate.
Yeah, he plays great defense. Has a great arm, turns a double play as well as anyone out there.
This one lifted up on the infield. Kavanaugh will give way to second baseman Zach Shaw to make the second out of the inning. Kavanaugh at short. And 2 quick outs for Brady Woods, and Joe pretty efficient so
yeah,
far.
Wants to keep that pitch count down. That's a good start.
Nico Carrillo steps in, designated player. Nico spent the last several years in the Hill United organization, won an MVP back in 2017, a few world championship rings collected along the way, and now makes his way over to the JB squad out of California. Nico, lots of pop from the right side, but always has had it in him, Joe, to be able to put a bunt down and beat it out, too. And he's one of those rare guys that's got both that small game potential as well as the ability to put it out of the park.
And he's a quick runner. He's just a smart baseball player. Everything he does out in the field is just super smooth.
Holds up there. That's one guy who plays with a bit of an edge, too. He's been at the center of some controversy over the years, most recently last year's championship game. But you need hard-nosed guys like that on your team for some success. You don't want to be a pushover.
No, he's got that rough edge that you talked about, but he always wants to help his team, and he wants to stay positive, but always wants to push the envelope just a little bit farther.
This one's foul out of play. Oh, a great one-handed grab down there by somebody in uniform. Can't make out who it is, but that was a nice catch. Didn't spill a drop. So Creel step back in, and Woods. It's chop foul too. So Joe, we said the efficiency word through 2 batters, and now we're about 6 pitches into this at bat, and so much for that.
Yeah.
Little landscaping by Creel. He'll get set. And fouled off to the screen. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, still remaining here. Top of the first, if you're just getting in with us, Blair Setford, Joe Todd, and the IUC Network. It's the nightcap for day 3, Monday, August 15th here at the IUC World Tournament. 4th of 4 games today. We will be back on the air tomorrow at 6 and 8. And this one is fouled back into the screen. We will stay with the winners round action for the next couple of nights, Tuesday and Wednesday, as this week quickly accelerates towards Championship Saturday. Thursday we'll have the ISC Championship game for you. That'll be followed up by some more winners bracket action. And Creel doing his best to prolong the first inning here for JB. Good at bat here by Nico. We're chuckling because
we spoke too soon.
We did. I was just about to say we cursed Brady with the broadcaster's touch. Fouled again. So good AB here, seeing all the pitches from Brady Woods. Brady, Stony Mountain, about an hour north of Winnipeg. Nico Carril, que ha sacado ya 10 lanzamientos. Este lanzador. Swing and a miss there. Brady Woods wins the battle, sets JB down in order at the top of the first. KENGEL Black Knights coming to the plate. Stay with us for the home half.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game? Every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports, focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product. Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales. Hard work, strength, and all-around commitment to getting the job done and done right is the motto for Lumberjack Sports. Learn from the best. Play like the best. Check out lumberjacksports.ca.
So, Joe, I stand corrected. It's Stonewall, where Brady is from, about an hour north of Winnipeg. I think I'm pretty good on the geographic side. Just said the name of the town wrong. My apologies.
There's
Thanks,
a Stone Mountain in Georgia.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
maybe that's
distributorship down there.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Yep. I think one of the players is from there.
Could be. Could be. Set the batting order for you for the KENGEL Black Knights. Zach Shaw will lead things off. Will be followed by Chris Norris, Tyrone Bartorillo, BJ Gullick, designated player in the 4th spot, Peter Cavanaugh, Mike Lewis, Jeff Lewis, Zach Warren, Mitch Warren, and of course Brady Woods pitching but not batting for the Black Knights. Defensively for JB, Mariano Monterio is in left, Yusuf Davis in center, Cesar Rodriguez over in right field, and then around the horn, Rogelio Sequeira at third. At short, it's Ismael Pena. Second base, it's Lenny Villavazo. At first, Juan Villavazo. And Ramon Godoy is doing the pitching to Rafa Flores for J&B. One of the most animated guys on the diamond, Rafa Flores, catcher for JB. We'll keep an eye on him. Watch the throw between the legs down to second base. Lots of character and fun and frivolity from Flores.
Great entertainer. He loves the game.
Swing and a miss there. Zach Shaw chases that one upstairs. Ramon Godoy got all the pitches, throws very hard. Outstanding changeup from Ramon Godoy. But with his velocity, when he gears it down too, it's a very tough pitch to hit. Spent a couple of years with the New York Gremlins over to Circle Tap and led them to the championship game in 2018. Just came up short against the Gremlins in that one. And in his first year at J&B, and that one is laced out to left, base hit, aboard goes Zach Shaw, and Kegel Black Knights will look to build on that, getting a runner, that leadoff batter aboard. Good base hit there by Shaw. Joe, as you like to say, took the pitch where it was thrown and opposite field single.
Just did a great job at the plate. Cut back in his swing a little bit and drove the ball the opposite way. I don't care how you get on, just get on.
Snap throw down, and Flores loves to throw the ball too. Want to say hello to Mike Morrissey, Scott McLaren, Bob Stanton, Gilles LeBlanc, and good luck, gentlemen, for the Canada Summer Games starting tomorrow. Just inside.
Pronto lo tendremos, mi pana Carlos. Pronto, muy pronto. Vas a ver, mi pana. Vamos a tener ese sistema activo para todos ustedes. Norris es el center fielder del equipo de Black Knight. Se presenta para tocar la bola fuera del lanzamiento.
Roman Godoy had 17 strikeouts in the 7-inning game against the Kingston Axemen. So he's ready and sharp.
And that game was really close for a long time, too. Kingston really put up a valiant effort against JB. Turned square again, and a called strike. So opting to play some small ball early with Chris Norris. And Chris is a slapper up there at the plate, too. His game is try to get the ball on the ground into play and beat it out.
And batting from that left side, he's got that extra step. So
there's the changeup called strike three. You see that just kind of buckled the knees there of Chris Norris. Talked about that off the top, and that is a world-class one.
Well, he just he just strangled him, really. There's no other word. It just locked his knees, and okay, I'll walk away.
Yeah, not much you can do with that. And there it is again. Floats that one past Tyrone Bartarillo. So one misses downstairs. Tyrone Bartarillo got hit, twice yesterday in that game against Universidad?
That's correct. And kept his composure. Yes, he was a little
angry about it.
A little angry, but John Hand done a great job behind the plate, keeping him contained.
Oh my, swing and a miss, and right down to his backside, but helping hand Rafa Flores. You just saw a couple of the New York Gremlins fresh off their 9-0 win over the Oswegan Redmen. There they are, enjoying a beverage. Want to thank the Gremlins for their support here in the broadcast program. That wonderful tribute out they did for Reese Casely, Travis Wilson, of course, Peligro Sports, and Mr. Ned through the Gremlins connections as well. And this one is found on the right side. All of our sponsors, Circle Tap, Skelton Trucking, Big Pete's Steakhouse, Murphy's Fish and Chips, Cool Bet, Canada, Mr. Ned Taylor's, Absolute Business Supply, Peligro Sports, Lumberjack Sports, and the Dust Up Podcast, the boys, Hilly and Lolly.
Thank you very much, guys.
Couldn't do this without you. Swing and a miss by Bartarillo. You don't often see Jerome Bartarillo down on strikes, but it's a good sequence there by Roman Godoy to get the 3-batter for the KEGEL Black Knights.
Just a nice drop that fell about 6 inches.
Luciano Frano, our producer and Spanish language broadcaster, doing about 14 jobs all at once. And his beautiful wife, Catrona Lafrano, is our camera operator over on the first base side. She is our action camera operator. When you see a ball in play and a camera shot, a following camera shot, that is Catrona. And doing just marvelous cover. There she is. And doing a great job with the camera work here this week. And hope you're enjoying all the sights and sounds from the ISC World Tournament here this week. Our pleasure to bring that to you. And we'll be here, your tour guides, all week long on the ISC network. Foul straight back to the screen. BJ Gullick at the plate, the designated player for the KEGEL Black Knights. Joe Mike is asking about our umpire crew again. We know Keith Cook behind the plate, Brandon Bloom, and David Fortin, the New Zealand Exchange umpire. Good crew here, Mike, and I know you guys are going to have a great time at the Canada Summer Games. Those games taking place in the Niagara region, softball specifically, Southward Park Park, up on the Niagara Escarpment in Grimsby.
Brand
Good
new
luck
park,
to
I
those.
believe.
It's a newer facility. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say brand new,
Yeah.
but definitely a newer facility. Bring some sunscreen, not a lot of shade.
Roman Godoy. Sequera está ahí en la pantalla. Venezolano selección nacional venezolana. Ahora van a estar en New Zealand.
BJ Gullick and Godoy got a little battle going here. 2-2 count.
Parece que pasó el bate. Que dice
Well, he got him on strikes, and Godoy, of course, did spend some time with Fargo last year. So some familiarity there. There's Andrew Kirkpatrick, Nick Mullins enjoying a long sip. Ron Hackett, the coach of Team USA for the Twins, too. So I'm sure they're not talking game strategy. I'm sure they're talking USA softball. There's both those guys still involved or just stepping out of the USA national team program. But we'll take a break. Stay with us. We'll come back here, Fargo and JB.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced-rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
And Joe, we're going to be going to Circle Tap next year for the 2023 ISC World Tournament. That'll be the 77th annual, making a return visit to Circle Tap. I'll tell you what, it's such a great facility. We had so much fun there in 2019. Looking forward to going back.
I love that park. It's great as a fan to sit up in the stands, enjoy a beverage, and watch the game. It's got kind of elevated amphitheater seating.
First pitch swinging and laced out to straightaway center field. Rogelio Segura, the Venezuelan national, lashes that one for a base hit, and JB have a runner aboard to the leadoff, the top of the second.
John Miller Field is one of the nicest parks to play up in that area. Darren Derricks, one of the hosts of the tournament, always does a great job.
Rafa Flores steps in. I don't think anybody was fooled there by Flores having the bat out in front. He's not bunting.
I don't think he's ever bunted in his life.
Well, he might, but
Pee-wee.
yeah. He doesn't look like a guy who bunts much, does he? He's up there to swing away.
Maybe about, what do you think, Blair? Kirby Puckett?
Well, you know what? He plays with the same enthusiasm that Kirby Puckett played with.
That's what I pictured, and I saw him play, and the two came together.
Yeah, he has fun out there. And at the end of the day, that's what this is about, is having some fun. This one is lifted out to left. Got a long way to run and makes the catch on the run. Left fielder Mike Lewis doing a good job there to record the out. It's not an easy play. You just throw the glove out like that.
And he ran a long
catch.
way
He did
for
go a
that
long
ball.
way for it.
Mariano Montero now at the plate. Runner at first base, one down. Thinking about squaring, but not really. Just wanted to advance that runner down to second base.
Well, he got there. In the dirt, I'm going to go with wild pitch on that one, but you will see Montero do that every pitch, Joe. He'll show the bunt, then bring it back. So that is just what he's going to do. The incoming captain for the Argentina national team, Bruno Matroni, will play his final games in Argentina blue at the WBSO World Cup in Auckland later this November. Fouled right back into the screen. Montero is taking over those captain duties. Joe, a couple of games that were going on. AW Lumberjacks over the Toronto Batmen 7-0. Marchio Sausage 7-6 losers to San Antonio Glowworm. Boy, they were up 6-4. So Glowworm with the comeback in that one. They stay alive in the ISC World Tournament. For those looking for Hill United Chiefs, their game is on what is called Diamond 7 as Montero down on strikes. It's directly behind us. There is streaming for that game. It's video only, no commentary, but Hill United on our secondary channel, and you can find that game on softballpremiertv.com. That game will be starting any moment.
And the big bonus of that is streamed with a scoreboard.
Yeah, you can pair that up with the Game Changer, and you've got the score ribbon right there, so you'll always know what's going on. And I know we'll see Hill United back here on the Big Diamond sooner or later this week.
If I remember correctly, I think it's a circle tap in Hill United, matchup tomorrow night. Or sometime tomorrow.
It could be. It could very well be. Haven't looked that far ahead in the schedule yet, to be honest. I know at Thursday, if all the seedings hold, and that is never never a good assumption, but if the seedings hold, then we would have the Gremlins and Hill United on Thursday night in the winners bracket semi on one side, and Bear Creek and the Kitchener-Hallman Twins on the other side.
If Hoyle works.
If Hoyle works, yes, according to Hoyle. Foul back to the screen, and that is an interesting gold lame elbow protection there that Juan Villavazo's got on. At least it's matching colors with the JB uniform.
Sure, that was important.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, listen, a little style here. Our game could use a little pizzazz.
Look good, play good.
Circle tap versus Twins, says Jerry Monteith. So ground out, 5-3, third to first, and JB will leave a runner aboard. We'll go to the home half of the second, still scoreless, JB and KENGEL. This one's got all the signs of a good one, Joe. Good pitching battle. I think we're going to see it here tonight. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
And there is the promised nighttime shot of the Master Sergeant Taylor Memorial Bridge over the Mississippi River connecting Iowa and Illinois. That is just such a spectacular shot. You can just see the shadow of the former bridge here in the foreground. But the beautiful new bridge crossing the Mississippi. And we used to drive over this Iowa to Illinois back in the day, but this year we're staying in Illinois as well at the Stony Creek Hotel. This one is lifted up to center. Yusuf Davis will range a couple of steps over to his left and haul that in. First out of the inning. First pitch swinging. And down goes Peter Kavanaugh from Newfoundland. St. John's area. Peter, real estate agent in St. John's. If you are looking for a house, give Peter a call. Free plug. Peter's a former player of mine, so
okay,
I'm going to take that liberty.
Sure.
Played on the 3 Cheers team 2019 in
Kitchener.
Denmark.
Was he on the Kitchener team too when he was in Kitchener?
No, he was not.
The year before.
Yeah, that was the year before. No, Peter was not a part of that team.
Yeah.
We had Justin Gill and...
I hung around with the Kitchener team when that year in Kitchener.
yeah, the St. John's in Kitchener, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we had a couple of pops together, didn't
Yeah.
we? Give a shout out to Lee Coase if he's watching. Lee, hello. Miss you guys. Hope we'll see you next year in Denmark again. Mike Lewis, first team All-World last year for KENGEL. Some big home runs, some really good defense. KENGEL, 4th place finishers, their highest finish at the ISC World Tournament last year.
Mike has really progressed through the program, and from when he started back in the developmental under-19 program, and just a great line shot there by Lewis out to the shortstop, Ishmael Pena.
some good defense is going to be on display here in this game, Joe. You've got some real good defenders all across both of these teams, across the infield from left to right. And we were talking about the defense in that Ohio Bombers game a little bit earlier. You're going to see more of it on display for sure. Called a strike to Jeff Lewis.
Godoy's style is just a little bit different than everyone else. He just throws a little bit. He goes with the wind-up, and it's almost like a slingshot when he releases the ball. It's almost like a little whip action with his wrist.
Well, and he turns his body sideways, too. So he really hides the ball well. You don't see it coming out of his hand to the absolute last second. If you want to see a bit of a slow-motion look at Roman Godoy's motion, when we play the circle tap ad again, it's Roman Godoy throwing the ball at you right at the top of that circle tap ad. Pay attention for that next time through, but we will take a break here, and we're going to make you a little bit hungry with this ad. Stay tuned. So, Joe, how do you like your steak?
I like medium well. I know I'm the bad side of the program, but
Yeah, it's a little overcooked for my personal tastes, but I'll tell you something. You see those big tomahawk ribeyes there in that Big Pete's commercial. Boy, that is tempting to place in order. I know we're going to be in the Oswego area in late September, and might have to make up a drive up early and go to Big Pete's.
Yeah, I think that's potentially a good visit.
Thanks to Pete Hill and the Hill family for their support through Big Pete's Steakhouse, honoring Big Peter John Montour. You see his portrait there in the middle of the dining room at Big Pete's. Ginger Smith. And speaking of Hill United, their game is going to be on the secondary channel on softballpremiertv.com against the Wander Springs Chippers. I think that one is just underway. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard here, keep you up to date. You can do that all on your own. The iscfastpitch.com website has links to all of the live scoring, all the streaming. Great opportunity great way to stay up to date with the ISC website. I know some of you have been asking for a bracket, working on that with our scorekeeper, John Woody Woodruff, hoping to get that in place. Look for that maybe tonight, an updated bracket. Chopper, if I can get that up, maybe you said you might be willing, or Jim Flanagan, I know you said you'd be willing to work on that as well. So we'll try and get one put into place. Hill's taking on the Wander Springs Chippers. The second team sponsored by Circle Top. Darren Derricks putting together that second team is caught looking, watching the paint dry. As my good friend Lance Wynn would say, Cesar Rodriguez down on strikes. And I'll bring up Yusuf Davis.
Four strikeout for Brady Woods here in the third inning.
Davis chases upstairs for strike one. Talking to Yusuf Davis the other night, and this idea comes from my good friend Luciano Lafrano. Can we have a foot race between Yusuf Davis and Alan Packer on the Hill United Chiefs? Can we get them to race each other around the bases? Who is the fastest? And Joe, I think you said your money might have been on Alan Packer. I don't know if we can get Cool Bet to take the odds on that one.
Might want to see some time trials here.
Zach Warren thought he had strike three there. He was popping up and ready to throw that one down. There's called strike three. Warren gets to throw it down this time. Brady Woods on a bit of a roll here, Joe.
Yes. Catching the corners right now. Painted the inside portion of that plate right there. Back-to-back looking strikeouts.
So back to the top of the shop, Ishmael Pena. And a called strike.
A lot of noise coming out of that JB bench.
Yeah,
Not agree with that.
Wow.
Not agree with that home plate call from home plate umpire Keith Cook.
Oh, they were very vocal about that. Popped up in the infield. First baseman Jeff Lewis settle under that. Third out of the inning. Top of the third. Nothing across for JB. We'll go to the home half. Still looking for a run in this one. JB Kegel pitcher's duel right now. Stay with us.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program. Murphy's.
You just get a glimpse at the inside of the bar at Circle Tap as we're simulcasting English and Spanish. Luciano Lafrano doing all the production as well as the Spanish broadcasts on Softball Premier TV. And simulcast video, we each run our own ads, and sometimes we overlap, sometimes we don't. Ed Otterman likes his steaks medium well too. Ed, you're both wrong. Medium rare is how you should be ordering your steaks. Ramon Godoy back out on the board. And squared to bunt and pulled that back pretty quick. Zach Warren. Mitch Warren, and then back to the top of the shop for Zach Shaw. Punched out to left and settling under that one. Can of corn, as they say, Joe Todd out there in left field for Mariano Montero.
I don't think he moved a step.
You're right, he didn't. It looked like he came in one step and went back a step, and that was it. They don't come much easier than that for an outfielder. Not that I spent a lot of time with grass under my feet on a ball diamond, but if I was an outfielder, that's the kind of fly ball that I'd like. Here we are. Say hello. Thanks for tuning in with us here on the ISC Network. Left to right in your picture, that was Luciano Lafrano, myself, Blair Setford, Joe Todd. And it's our pleasure to be with you. Can of corn indeed, Kyle George.
Ella tiene 4 ponches.
I don't know where that expression comes from. You got any ideas on that one? Just because it's easy, can of corn, like
That's
opening
what
a
I'm
can of
thinking,
corn.
that can of corn, that's where it came from.
Yeah, I don't know. We should look that one up.
Yeah.
If only there was something that would allow you to search the internet for expression. Oh wait, Google.
Bola, una bola en el track. Ya con un out. Gracias a todos por compartir y estar con nosotros. Ahí está 1, 2, 3, lo aniquila.
Strike 3 sits down Mitch Warren, and now back to the top of the shop for Zach Shaw. You got a good look there as how Roman Godoy goes into the glove and completely hides his pitching hand. You will never be able to pick up, from any of the top pitchers here, you'll never be able to pick up how they're going into the glove. What you can look for is the angle of the wrist, whether it's bent, whether it's straight. Are they flexing the forearm? Are the muscles tense as they go in and grip it for a rise ball? Is it different from a drop ball? Now, the sleeve that a lot of the pitchers wear on the pitching arm now can help disguise that too. But that's the kind of thing, and we got into this a little bit, but not much with Travis Wilson, was more about picking pitches from second base. But that's what the guys are looking for on the bench. And, you know, what are the subtle differences between a rise ball and a drop ball? And if he can give you any kind of an edge as a pitcher, and guys like Colin Abbott were amongst the best at picking this. Steve Mullally, I'm told, is really good at this too. Just picking up something that the pitcher is doing slightly differently. This one's lifted out to left again, and Montero is going to have to go for a better run of that, but he will track that down in a 1-2-3 inning for Roman Godoy. Boy, they're setting them up and knocking them down, Joe Todd. It's going pretty quick here. 1-2-3 innings, scoreless through 3 complete. We're going to go to the top of the 4th. Good pitchers duel still.
Coolbet. Comfortably thrilling.
So to lead off the top of the 4th inning, we'll go to the second baseman, Lenny Villalbazo. Villalbazo popped up to the second baseman his first time at the plate back in the 1st inning. He'll be followed up by Nico Carrillo and Rogelio Sequeira. Did I say that correctly?
I think it's Rogelio.
Rogelio? You pronounce that with a Q?
Spanish, Rogelio.
Rogelio Sequeira.
Rogelio.
I think that's a G,
The
not
G.
a Q. Yeah,
The
Bob
G.
Berger's handwriting is for squat.
So,
yeah.
but the G is silent.
The G is an
Rogelio.
H.
Yeah.
Rogelio.
Rogelio Sequeira.
Lenny Villalbazo will lead things off for J&B, as you said, second baseman. Somebody should tell Lenny that you don't wear 69 in fast pitch. That's another story.
Pretty evenly matched teams here right now.
Well, we thought that coming in, that this was going to be a real good one. We had a couple of run rule wins here with...
It's identical on the scorebook. Both pitchers having 5 strikeouts. Both teams having 1 hit so far.
Doesn't get more evenly matched than that, does it? This one lifted, fouled on the right side. It's going to go out of play. Villalbazo, the home run champion, we might have mentioned that at the U.S. National Tournament a week ago. I think he had 4 home runs on the weekend, tied for that at least. And you know, he's a little diminutive in stature. I think he's only about 5'6", 5'7". Boy, he packs a lot of punch.
He's got a lot of upper body strength there. Got a great follow through too. You see the back coming through on his motion here, and you watch his motion back. He's got a great follow through, and it keeps the bat level.
Swing and a miss there over the top of that drop ball from Brady Woods. Joe, we had Lori Cook-Baird on back in 2019, pitching coach extraordinaire, pitching coach.
Yes.
And she talked about the spins and the importance of a true drop spin or a true rise ball spin, and not, you know, the 6 to 12 or the 12 to 6 spins, not the 3 to 9 spins. Mm-hmm. And Brady Woods amongst the best with the tight, true drop ball, rise ball spins. And swing and a miss there. And Brady looked like he misstepped coming out of the chute there too, Joe. He hit something he didn't like and kind of pitched forward a little bit. A good look at the batter's box and some of the divots that are getting made there.
Grounds crew have done a great job, though, keeping it up to par.
Creel doesn't chase after that drop ball from Brady Woods. Called strike. The A for Argentina on the shin guard.
Three and one to Nico Carrillo. Brady Woods got to work his way back into the count. Carrillo with whoa, that had a spin on it.
Well, that had some serious spin. It hit the dirt and took a serious left turn. Wow.
He's some chalk on that ball.
Definitely off his shoe top or something to get that kind of torque. Hey, you see the 2017 ISC MVP, Nico Carrillo, with the Hill United Chiefs that year, Grand Rapids. They were pretty dominant, winning what was then their 4th championship in 5 years. That was about a 45.5 footer from Brady Woods, and aboard with a walk is Nico Carrillo. Then we'll bring up Rogelio Sequeira.
First little dent in the armor against Brady Woods there with that walk.
Second time through for Sequeira to get a look at Brady Woods, the Venezuelan national team member. And chopper in the infield, flipped to 2 for 1. That's all they're going to get. Nico Carrillo. Hard slide into second base. All fair. And he is out at second. Chopper on the infield and the flip. Just enough to knock the second baseman off the bag, but nothing more. Zach Shaw had to take a step backwards. Rafa Flores to the plate. There's a called strike in the outside corner. There you see Rafa Flores getting a little animated. No, shake of the head. He's not buying it that pitch was a strike. Just no sale.
Well, he's a catcher, and he has to go back behind the plate next inning. So
big miss there. Flores just about coming out of his shoes. This one is lifted up, center field, back to the track, to the fence, and it's going to fall in. They can't track it down. Here comes Carrillo. He's going to score easy, or Sequeiro rather. Carrillo was out on the slide. But Rafa Flores with an RBI double break the goose egg. And boy, Joey, it just kind of felt like he was ticked off that at bat and he was going to prove something.
Well, he hit the ball high, and it just kept going and going and going. Center fielder Chris Norris thought he had to track down Mitch Warren. I think might have lost it a little bit in the lights. Really didn't move that far on it. Chris Norris pretty well, I thought, had it tracked at one time.
Well, you're right. It was high and deep, and it got to the fence. And they just couldn't quite track it down. So the stand-up double for Flores, a run-in for JB, and a big swing and a miss here by Mariano Montero. But the California squad break out in front.
Wood está ahí con 56 lanzamientos. Wood tiene 6 ponches, 2 hits permitidos. Mariano Montero.
Good look there, Mariano Montero. Brings that back forward and then back. And there's a little dying quail out into short left. Coming on, making the run. The catch on the run is Mike Lewis for the final of the inning. But Rafa Flores delivers a big clutch double to get JB out in front.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Matiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
Indeed, 1-0 for the visitors, the JB squad from Agora Hills, California. Bob Berger, the sponsor. There's Ramon Godoy.
Second time through the order now for KENGEL Black Knights.
Well, second time through is how JB was able to do a little bit of damage. We'll see if Fargo can respond. Chopper, gotta hurry. Safe at first base. Just in and out of the glove of the shortstop. Ismael Pena, thank you. And that was just enough for Zach Shaw to beat that out. You're going to go error, I'm assuming, on that. Yep, we're getting nods all the way around from the crack scorekeepers here. And absolutely safe at first base, as that replay will attest. And Bartorillo Chases one up from Roman Godoy. That's a good pitch. You're not going to hit that pitch.
No. Drop ball by for Bartorillo. 0-2 now. Godoy way up in the count. KENGEL Black Knights trying to find a way to get back in, score that tying run.
Bartorillo down on strikes and Chase 3 bad pitches there, Joe. That's not the kind of a bat you would expect from Bartorillo.
Well, your number 3 batter should be in that spot and looking at some pitches. Maybe not looking at pitches, but at least getting a few better swings than that.
Well, not what you'd expect from Bartorillo either. One of the most professional hitters with his approach and the way he goes up to the plate. But nonetheless, down on strikes there. B.J. Gullick, designated player for KENGEL Black Knights. Get the call to strike. Flores was out of that crouch like a cat. As Shaw bluffed coming off the base. Sorry, Norris bluffed coming off the base and took about 3 strides and then stopped, but Flores just leapt to his feet. Called strike there and just can't get the bat off the shoulder. B.J. Gullick down on strikes and in danger of squandering that leadoff single, or at least reaching on the air. The KENGEL Black Knights, Godoy has just responded by dialing it up a notch and picked up a couple of strikeouts.
Picked up some great corners there.
He is dialed in there right now.
Well, it's a sign of a good pitcher when you got to help your teammates out too. They're backing you up, you're backing them up.
And he is all over the black of the plate right now. He and Flores have got a good thing going on. Upstairs. If you're KENGEL, you want to respond as quick as possible. You don't want to let JB get comfortable with that 1-0 lead.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to respond right away.
Called strike 3. Roman Godoy roars right back with 3 straight strikeouts. They strand that runner at first. And JB will take that 1-0 lead. We're going to go to top of the 5th. Team from California now out in front.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you.
There's that great nighttime shot of the bridge over the Mississippi. And Joe, we want to thank Absolute Business Supply, Steve Mullally, and all of our sponsors, Circle Tap, Skelton Trucking, Big Pete's Steakhouse, Murphy's Fish and Chips, Cool Bet, Mr. Ned, Absolute Business Supply, Peligro Sports, Lumberjack Sports, the New York Gremlins, Dust Up Podcast. Thanks one and all for being with us here and enabling us to do what we do here on the ISC Network. First pitch swinging, laced out, deep right field, back, circle the wagons. Juan Villavazzo is going to throw out the anchor at second base and got all tangled up out there in right Mitch Warren as that ball was tailing away from him. Broke to his right, had to turn and go back to his left, and that is a tough play when you're battling the lights and battling the spin of the ball out there, Joe, in right field.
Yeah, it was cutting away from him, and then it came back in, and just Warren had a bad shot, bad read off his bat, but it was high though too.
Cesar Rodriguez to the dish, and an opportunity again for JB, but that is a bad bunt attempt. That pitch was way up out of the strike zone. He's got to get the bat out of the way. You can't try to bunt that pitch. Look where this pitch is. See it here in the replay. Way up.
Well, and look, the bat was pointed up. So you got to have your bat level, parallel with the ground. You're going to lay down a bunt.
Yusuf Davis. And way upstairs from Brady Woods. Not what he was looking to do. Davis, plenty of speed, as we talked about. We want to set up that foot race between him and Alan Pecker. But here right now is an opportunity for Davis. If he can drag something to between Brady Woods and the first baseman, Lewis, he's got a great opportunity to beat it out. He swings and fouls this one back and then gets almost clunked in the head as it comes down off the screen. That's just not fair.
No.
Not fair at all. You know, even if you push something to the left side, Brady being a left-hander had to turn and spin if he's going to be the one to field it. That's a real tough play for a left-handed pitcher. Swing and a miss. Chasing downstairs. Davis with the high socks with the 3 stripes. Joe, that's a good look. I like that. That looks good.
Yeah, nice and
Sharp.
clean.
Nice and clean, yeah. No stirrups, but still the high socks. That's off the glove, and that is a pass ball. That's an unforced error on the catcher, Zach Warren, and that gives the 60 feet of real estate they were trying to get. So you just traded that out for the free base.
And that's a big 60 feet, too. Multiple ways of scoring from third base now with just one out.
Missed outside there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. JB trying to build on this 1-0 lead.
Full count to Yusuf Davis.
Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Davis. So that was only the second out.
Oh, sorry.
I was fooled there. See some of the Hallman twins from Argentina and the Gremlins. The Argentina players are here to support Ramon Godoy, Nico Carrillo. Upstairs. And that's the thing about this Argentina team, Joe. They definitely stick together, and they're there to support each other, too. Oh, that got a bite
hurt
out of catcher Warren. Those hurt. Brady Woods is going to commiserate, but that's all he can do.
Don't rub it.
Yeah.
Might feel worse
just
in
got
the
to give him
morning.
time. In the background there, you see Robbie Schweier warming up for the Kegel Black Knights, just in behind Barterillo. There he is. He's got his own jersey on tonight. Last night he had on number 10. Now, I don't know, maybe that was a tribute for Gerald Muslar, not sure.
de softball increíble del ISC. En cualquier momento ya queda grabado lo que no pudieron ver.
That was a huge strikeout by Brady Woods there on Yusuf Davis.
El juego de los chips lo puedes ver por softballpremiertv.com.
It just takes a little bit of the pressure off. The infield can go back. Big swing and a miss there underneath that rise ball from Brady Woods. What a great shot from that center field camera. You see the ball elevating as it comes and approaches the plate and gets to the plate. Swing underneath it.
Saludos al Nicodeo. Un abrazo, hermano mío, desde Paraná. Te mando un abrazo digital también. Un árbitro internacional que estuvo haciendo una chamba increíble en Venezuela, en Puerto Rico, en los Panamericanos. Excelente chamba. Me gustó mucho su chamba.
Woods just missing off the plate.
Pena for 2 hasn't been able to reach base.
Trabajando como se debe para ser que ya es un árbitro internacional.
But we'll tell you, Joe, they've been putting some better swings on this inning. That's a hard hit ball that's foul down the left side. Well, you got to dance when that comes rocketing your way. You're standing on third base. You better be in foul territory.
Well, this is Pena's third time at the plate now, so he's seen him now, seen a variety of pitches.
Oh, there's a changeup and a beauty from Brady Woods. Haven't seen that very often tonight, but they pulled one out at a great time and totally fooled Ishmael Pena. Wow, backbreaker there from Brady Woods. Still 1-0, JB. The KENGEL Black Knights coming to the plate, home half of the fifth, trying to answer. Stay with us here on the ISC Network. Little air guitar up here in the booth, as I don't know whether you got Slash to record that solo for the Peligro Sports ad. Wow! Holy smokes, that is a crazy guitar solo.
No sé por qué, pero pasa de cuando uno se descuida, siempre aparecen las novedades, siempre, está certificado. Regresamos al Parque de Pelota, bienvenidos. Gracias por estar con nosotros.
Big cut comes up empty. Mike Lewis leading things off here, the home half of the fifth inning. Mike ground out to the shortstop in his first trip. Upstairs from Godoy. And Joe, this is the kind of game that Roman Godoy certainly is capable of every time that he comes out, but there are times where he'll just get lit up like a Christmas tree because you don't know whether he didn't warm up properly or just didn't have the right mental approach. Here's a little slow roller up along first, and that's an easy play for Juan Villavazo. All the tools with Roman Godoy and puts it together. It seems like 8 or 8.5 times out of 10, but there are just those occasional times where he just doesn't quite have it, and maybe that's the difference between a Roman and a Sean Cleary or an Adam Fulkerd, because he's certainly got all the tools.
Yeah, sometimes you just lose a little bit of focus, and you, as a pitcher, you want to go out there and almost plan your strategy of what you're going to throw to the batters. You're working with your catcher, and sometimes it just doesn't work, and you're not on the same page. So yes, they're all going to have odd games, but sometimes that comes back to haunt Roman Godoy. tonight. It's been a good one.
Foul straight back to the screen. Good hack there by Jeff Lewis. And yeah, indeed, tonight is a good one. 8 strikeouts, throw far, if I'm reading your scorecard correctly. Sean Cleary had, what did you say, 15 earlier this evening? And in a 5-inning game, Andrew Kirkpatrick had, I think, 9. Chopper on the infield, coming across, third baseman makes the play. That is some good defense over there from Rogelio Sequeira, coming across in front of the shortstop. That has to be the third baseman's ball, and you got to make that play on the run too.
Yeah, there's no way that Ishmael Pena would have been able to throw that runner out, now with the wheels going down the line of Jeff Lewis. So a great play. Great pickup there by Sequeira, but also the fact of a great arm going across the diamond.
So from Jeff Lewis to Zach Warren. Zach popped out to left. His first trip, swing and a miss, comes up empty. You know, we talked about this with Travis Wilson, Joe. You can throw a great game, but if you don't get the defensive help, and there are a couple of miscues by Osweek and Redmond, nothing, egregious where they're booting the ball around the infield, but just a delay here, a ball that hits your glove, falls out of your glove. By the time you pick it up, you can't get the runner. Those are the differences between getting out of an inning clean and a big inning. And when you get defensive plays like that, it certainly swells your confidence when you're out there on the board.
Yes, it gives a big advantage for Godoy to know that he's got a great defense behind him. Should he happen to make a mistake and throw one down the tube, that defense will be there for him. We talked about that earlier in the game, where the fact that the shortstop, Ishmael Pena, made the mistake and made a little error, and then Roman Godoy got in there and fired BBs for the next 9 pitches.
Yeah, you're right, he did. And exactly right. It was just 9 pitches to get 3 strikeouts there. He didn't waste any time. There's a changeup. He gave up on that before they crossed the plate. He just turned around and headed right back to the bench. I don't blame him.
I'll get my glove.
God, I flinched up here. Zach Warren, nothing you can do about that one. Wow. Great pitch from Roman Godoy. He looks really good tonight, making that 1-0 lead stand up. We're going to go to the top of the 6th. JB coming back to the plate.
2 Hall of Fame players. 1, a 3-time All-World player and twice the leading hitter at the ISC World Tournament. The other, a 5-time All-World player who led the World Tournament in RBIs in 2008. Reese Casely and Travis Wilson, our teammates, our friends, our family. Congratulations, Reese and Travis, from all of us on the New York Gremlins, on your induction into the ISC Hall of Fame.
For the best Bear Tent banter on the airwaves, listen to Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly. Here's some of the biggest stars chatting with 2 of Newfoundland's own, Jason Hill and Steve Mullally. It's unfiltered and uncensored. Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly, wherever you get your podcasts. Yes, bye. For the best
Seguimos abriendo
Joe, a couple of games going on the diamonds around us, and remember again, Hill United Chiefs fans, you want to be tuned in to softballpremiertv.com. They are locked in a scoreless battle right now. The Wander Springs Chippers. Oh my goodness! Lenny Villavazzo hits one way out of here. Oh my goodness!
That cleared the second fence and maybe another fence if there's one out there somewhere.
There's another fence in the next county, and this one cleared it. Holy! Ow! 2-0. That one should almost count for 3.
That one might be bouncing in the Menard parking lot right now.
Wow. Luciano Lafrano. Boom! Yes, indeed. Boom!
Great insurance run put on the board there by JB.
Nico Carrillo now to the plate. Wow, we're still marveling at that one. I never even finished the Hill United score. They're tied scoreless with Wander Springs Chippers. Jorge Segura will be going for that one for the Chippers. And HI Reapers and Doc's Fastball also scoreless in the third, and it's now 2-0 in the fifth here in our game. 2.5, I think. I'm going to give that one an extra half. Well, Joe, we talked about it in the game. Lenny Villavazzo, home run threat. And, he just demonstrated it right there. This one is laced out to center field, going back to the fence. And that's going to ricochet off the fence from his knees. Carrillo sliding into third, safe to throw just off line. Center fielder Chris Norris made a valiant effort up there. Had to slide to stop his momentum, and from his knees made a pretty good throw into the cutoff man.
Yeah, he picked it up cleanly and then threw a bullet over to...
You see him run into the fence, and then this throw is just out of line. I thought they were going to have a shot at Carrillo coming around. But 2 hard hit balls in a row, and I think that's going to be it for Brady Woods. He's going to get the handshake from the skipper, Jim Doc Landerman. Brady Woods looked really good through 5, Joe, but 2 hard hit balls in a row as they go through the order now the third time. And Travis Wilson talked about that. You get a third look at a pitcher, you're now picking out pitches that you want to hit. You're not up there tracking and guessing anymore. You're up there looking for something specific.
Yeah, you've seen him. We talked about 3 times, but you're also watching from the bench. Yes, you're only going to bat once every 9 times, but 9 batters. But when you're sitting on the bench, you're observing the sequence of pitches. You're watching what he's throwing, the spin he's throwing. Is he throwing anything particular that I've got to be aware of next time? It's very important to be aware of what that pitcher's throwing when you're sitting on that bench and share with your teammates.
So Robbie Schweier will come in to pitch, and Joe will take a quick break as Robbie takes his warm-up pitches. We'll be right back. Robbie Schweier sitting on 30 ISC World Tournament wins. If you were with us yesterday afternoon, you heard Gerald Muslar talk a little bit about how complimentary he and Robbie Schweier were to each other back in the Broken Bow Traveler days. And I think Gerald also still Just absolutely amazed that Robbie Schweier still out here throwing at such a high level as he is.
Yeah, Robbie's staying in shape. He's an athletic trainer, I believe, out in the California area.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
he also plays hockey in the wintertime, keeps his body in shape.
It looks like he's wearing spats.
I thought he had sandals
He's
with
got
socks.
white covers. Yeah, well, it could have been that too. Yeah, he's got
Sandals with white socks
covers on his on the shoes. They look like spats.
Yeah.
Making a comeback.
Yes.
Got the high socks with the pattern. Swing and a miss there by Rogelio Sequeira. I think he saw Lenny Villavaza go deep, thought he might like to help himself to one of those too. And chases that one. And I think Schweier maybe got a little too much of the plate, but at least it was up and out of the zone. Not much what Sequeira could do to it.
Rob Schweier Scott has to really make sure that Carrillo doesn't score here. Don't want to add that extra run. It's going to be a big enough challenge as it is, the way that Roman Godoy's throwing.
Jordan Hudson would be the third pitcher for the KEGEL Black Knights, and it looked like he was just making the arm go around. Now they're getting him down to the bullpen right away, as this one is fouled straight back to the screen again by Sequeira. It's not that Schweier is in any difficulty or anything like that, but you've just got to have guys ready, because it's next man up at this point.
Yeah, it's late enough in the game, but you want to be able to hold them and contain them. Shut the door. Give yourself a fighting chance.
That pitch gets away from Warren at the plate, but at least he knocked it down enough to stay in front, and Schweier very alertly in to cover in the event that Carrillo was going to try to move up from third. Schweier primarily a power pitcher when he came into the game, Joe, over 20 years ago. But has evolved over the years, and this one plunks Sequeira, and he's got dead arm right now, so he's going to make his way down to first base. That one got him on the left arm, and he's going to keep walking on out to right field and now try to flex that. And you see a live shot there from Frano on our action camera. There you go. How does it feel to get hit by a pitch right there in the elbow? Oh, I've been hit there. That hurts like hell.
That might have hit the funny bone, too.
Yeah. I feel your pain there, Rogelio, because I have been hit there before. That hurts. Rafa Flores to the plate with a pair of runners on board, and this one brushes back Flores to the screen. It's a short porch in the sense that there's only about maybe 10 feet, Joe, from the catcher and the umpire to the backstop. But there you see right at the bottom of the mesh is this blue padding. You get an even better shot at it there. The ball hits that and it comes off it pretty lively. And if it hits the mesh, it comes back even livelier.
Well, behind those blue pads are full brick padding. So the blue cushion is just really just a little cushion silencing the ball a little bit, but that cement brick behind is what's bringing that ball back a little quicker.
Well, you do not want to be sliding into or in any way hitting that brick footing at the base of these new mesh blankets that they've got. I don't know, what is it? Just mesh netting, I guess. Yeah. to replace the wire fencing behind home plate. They used to be the traditional wire mesh backstop, but it is now this cloth method. If you've been to a major league ballpark, it's the stuff that they got hanging everywhere to protect the fans from foul balls, as Flores can't catch up to that offering from Schweier. Robbie can still pump it up and bring it when he needs to.
Yeah. Remember, Flores hit that line shot out to Chris Norris, his last plate appearance. Right up and over.
This one's foul way back out of play. Yeah, it seemed like Flores got mad because of the called strike on the first pitch, swung at something on the second pitch, and then launched that double. Intensity.
Kegel trying to shut the door. JB looking for insurance runs. Who's going to win the battle?
Suárez desde Cabima con Rafito. Desde Cabima la gente conectada viendo el juego, vuela. En Cabima salen músicos y peloteros. Músicos y peloteros. Son fábricas de hacer músicos y peloteros. Los cabimenses. De la costa oriental del lago. No hay manera. Lanzamiento de Swagger.
This one skips in, and Flores will put up the stop sign. Pair of runners aboard here for Rafa Flores. You see the signs: 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, left, right. Drop ball, and nice play over there by the second baseman, Zach Shaw. That looked like Joe was going to get through, and then he just appeared out of nowhere at the last second, and then almost doubled off Sakharov to boot.
Great read there by Zach Shaw. Good positioning on the diamond.
So the Flores line out brings up Mariano Montero. And he hasn't been able to really solve the pitching tonight, has he?
No.
Chases down.
Zach Shaw and Peter Cavanaugh both playing shallow. Compressed the infield right now. Trying to shut down those runners, potentially if they get a ground ball.
Called strike on that outside corner. And he reaches out and fouls this one off. Joe still scoreless. Hill United, Wander Springs. That one's now into the fifth. They're catching up to us. This one has slowed down a little bit here. Couple runners aboard. JB, that 2-0 lead. I see Mariano Montero, real good look. And swing and a miss, chases a rise ball upstairs. Good sequence there by Rob Schweier. Work down and away, down and in, and then come back with the rise ball, and can't catch up to that. Inside, high and tight, not going to touch that pitch.
Rob's done a pretty good job coming off the bench right here. Just allowed the line drive by Zach Shaw and a strikeout. Hit Bassman, but so far that run's still out at second base.
So Juan Villavazo will try to do his best to catch these two runners. And the rise ball again gets that past Villavazo. Must be cooling off a little bit, Joe. I see somebody up in the stands there putting a jacket on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, there's no rain, is there?
No.
I don't see anybody moving under the umbrellas. Had a little bit of sprinkling of rain, just enough to wet the diamond last night in about the 5th inning. Nothing, no sign of that tonight. Chopper on the infield. Shaw's got to come get it. Underhand toss, and they get out of that jam. Big home run by Lenny Villavazo, but JB Strand 2. Rob Schweier comes in, closes the door, gives the Kegel Black Knights a chance to try and get back something going here, anything going against Ramon Godoy. We go to the bottom of the 6th on the ISC Network. Stay with us.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
One of the Kingston Axemen taking in the action tonight. Kingston on the short side of the 2-1 game. A little earlier today, it's the Midland Explorers. Midland will move on in the losers bracket. Kingston down now on the ISC 2 side. A Mitch Warren, then back to the top of the shop for Kegel. Godoy now 9 strikeouts, Joe, as we head into the 6th, almost to an inning. Swing and a miss there.
5 looking and 4 swinging. Certainly has handcuffed this Kegel Black Knights team tonight.
Upstairs, Hill United has broken through. Now 1-0 lead at top of the 5th against the Wander Springs Chippers. A little bleeder in the infield. Godoy will come get that, and the underhand toss to first for the first out of the inning. Just a little excuse me. Didn't think he really meant to go after that, but it
was a good pitch location by Godoy.
Yeah,
wanted to jam him on the inside. If he wasn't going to do too much with it at all, and he never did.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely jabbed him. And Shaw fouls this one off his leg down to one knee. Final Psycho games for the night here. Action on 3 diamonds. Our game here, the Hill United Chiefs and the Wander Spring Chippers, and then in the losers bracket, AHI Reapers and Doc's Fastball Page Break. We saw them earlier. That game is scoreless in the 4th. This one, good swing, but just missed it. Launched that one foul. Somebody in a Twins uniform, or Twins jersey at least, wants to get that.
Roma Godoy says, where was it? Umpire really didn't give him an answer, but he called it a ball. That's all he has to say.
Well, he's going to go out and clean the plate, too. Now he's going to get a conversation with Rafa Flores. I don't know how much English Flores speaks, so he could be giving him
I'm sure
the codes to the nuclear missiles back there, and nobody would know.
He'll be getting his point across, though.
Yeah, so I'm sure he is. I'm sure Rafa knows just enough. There's a shot through the 3.5 hole, and Zach Shaw aboard for the second time tonight. 2 for 3.
The only batter to reach first base with base hits. Right off the start of the game and right here in the 6th inning. So KENGEL Black Knights now got the top part of the order. Chance to get back into this thing.
And you can't really bunt here because you're down by 2. So you can't squander an out at this point. You got to string some hits together here.
Yeah.
Norris reached on that infield. Did you guys go with error? Yeah, you went with the error on that because he bobbled that.
Yeah. No, we need the old bloop, bleep, and a blast.
Well, this one hit out to left, and Montero will make the catch and fire in a strike to the general vicinity of second base, and he will hold Shaw back at first. Norris gave it a ride.
Yeah.
He's not a home run hitter, but he gave it a ride out there to left.
Tyrone Bartarillo now trying to make up for 2 earlier strikeouts.
Oh, change up from Roman Godoy. Oof.
And that just throws your timing off.
First pitch, yeah,
First
that's
pitch.
a great timing actually by Flores to throw that first pitch because now you're guessing.
It's not only the ability to throw a changeup, but it's the ability to throw a changeup as a strike.
Well, you can see the reaction of everybody in the JB team as they did not get the check swing call there. The umpire who the appeal goes to is in a tough spot because he's on the rotation and he's standing on the just on the first base side as second, and that's a no spot to really judge a check swing there. That's a tough call for him.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss there by Bartarillo. And you can just see, Joe, you're absolutely right. That changeup has really thrown off his timing, but he must not be seeing Roman Godoy very well because, boy, I've seen Tyrone Bartarillo hit for a number of years, and this one lifted up in the infield. He's just not going to be happy with the at-bats that he's had this game, and just struggling a bit with seeing the ball against Godoy. They strand that single at first. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. JB holding on to this 2-0 lead.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program. Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks.
Now we doubled up there on the Skelton Truck Lines ad, but definitely want to thank Mike Skelton and Skelton family for their sponsorship here on the ISC network. Toronto Batman on the wrong side, or the short side of a 7-0 scoring to the AWP Lumberjacks. Tough one for the Batmen. They'll fall down into the losers bracket. It's a long way back. You lose a Monday game. This one, well, we got to play, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, yeah, man, Luciano, somebody get him a glove. Yeah, you better protect the equipment. Oh, my God.
Robbie Schweier did a great job coming off the bench in the 6th inning. Keep this game in place.
Yeah, you can't underestimate that. I think they call that a hold in Major League Baseball. And you absolutely got to give Schweier credit, because you come in with guys in 2nd and 3rd. That's a tough spot.
Those are tough batters he faced, too, with Flores and Montero and Villavazzo.
In for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cesar Rodriguez. He'll be followed by Yusuf Davis. And then back to the top of the shop for Ishmael Pena here in the 7th inning for JB. This one, hard shot, but good defense over there by Jeff Lewis to get down, get the glove in front of that, and on the backhand. Schweier's always got a smile on his face out there. He's always laughing about something with somebody. It's all for fun.
Got to enjoy yourself and have fun while you're there.
I don't think anybody enjoys themselves as much as Robbie Schweier does.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
that's what brings him back every year.
Well, it does, and that absolutely is what keeps him young, too. But I was just going to say, maybe Wayne Laulu enjoys himself as much as Robbie Schweier. I think it'd be another good competition. And Robbie there's going to fall off the mound backwards and pretend to be an old man. And, it's like something just locked up on him. Just a little ginger here around the board with those spats. And no, don't need anybody out here, guys. I'm fine. Okay, come on, everybody get back to the spot. Yep, let's go. Come on. No, I'm not ready at all. I need somebody to come out and help me here. Doc Landerman is out. Training staff come out as well. Robbie's convinced them that he's fine.
Well, the big thing to remember is that it's a long week here. You just can't worry about just tonight's game. You got potentially 2 or 3 more games to go. So you want Schweier Scott to be on his top of his game for the rest of the week.
Well, a bit of a grimace there, too, on the follow-through. So
yeah, he's landing on not properly at all.
Big hack there by Yusuf Davis.
He's not putting any pressure on that right leg.
No, he's laboring a little bit. And you had to wonder if he had something shoot up from the hip into the back.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting Jordan Hudson up and out of the dugout right now to go down the line and throw some pitches. So Yeah, and Joe Todd, to your point, it's not just tonight. Davis shoots this one through the 5.5 hole, and he'll round first and come back as the ball comes in. Schweier had a new ball from the umpire before it even came in from the outfield. Didn't like that one. Too many hits in it. So back to the top of the shop, Yusuf Davis, the 9-batter, aboard with a single, and Ishmael Pena. Pena hasn't really figured out the pitching here at all. A couple of Ks and a pop-up. Davis on the move, first pitch, throw is very high. Shaw can go up in the air to go get that.
I think I'd be making a move to replace Schweier somehow.
I didn't watch that pitch as he's clearly laboring still.
Yes, yeah. What happened? How come you stuffed Davis?
Well, he must have been called out for leadoffs then.
Okay.
I'm just speculating because he's off the diamond, and unless he's getting a new helmet or something. Nope. He's going to go sit down in the dugout. He doesn't look happy either, but that's the only thing I can speculate.
Yep.
Was called out for leadoffs.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss by Pena. So on a leadoff, Joe, refresh me. It's been 5 years since I've actually stepped foot on a ball field, sadly. It's a dead ball, right?
That's
on
correct.
The leadoff, so it's not
no pitch.
Yeah, it's a no pitch. Swing and a miss. Yeah, thank you. I needed my memory refresh there. And they're going to ask on that one.
No asking.
No ask. Don't need to ask. Home plate ump Keith Cook punches him out. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. KENGEL Black Knights chasing 2 runs. Need to get somebody on, get him over, get him in, or the bloop and a blast at least, Joe, as you said, for a tie. What can they do against Ramon Godoy? We're going to see. Stay tuned.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program. Murphy.
Well, to the bottom of the 7th we go. KENGEL Black Knights. Peter Cavanaugh, Mike Lewis, Jeff Lewis, 5, 6, 7 in the order for the Black Knights. Ramon Godoy has been rock solid tonight. He has only given up a couple of hits, both of them to Zach Shaw. He's got 9 strikeouts on the evening.
Has not given up a free pass.
And to me, Joe, when he's had the runners on, whether it was reached by hit or by error, he's just bared down and has been able to get at the outs as he's needed them.
Yeah, he seems to find that extra gear.
That's been the difference tonight. This one is lifted out to left. That's going to be down for a base hit. Montero keeps it in front of him and quickly with the throw in. And Peter Kavanaugh does what he needs to do and sets the table now for Lewis, and Zach Warren.
No, that was B.J. Gullick at the plate.
Was that Gullick?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kavanaugh now at the plate.
Kavanaugh now at the plate. Oh, my bad. I saw.
We got a pinch runner going in for Gullick.
Yeah, that is number 12, Mark Stack, Newfoundland zone. Sorry, so B.J. Gullick aboard with the base hit, and Peter Kavanaugh now. Yeah, Tyrone Martirillo was the final out previously. Bob Berger out here for a little pep talk with his infield, all of whom speak Spanish, I'm fairly certain, so I'm not sure what Bob actually has to say when he goes out there. Now, maybe Bob speaks Spanish, and I just don't know, but if he does, I've never seen him or heard him speak Spanish.
Maybe he took his phone out with Google Translate.
Google Translate, yes. Very good. Yusuf Davis may be the only guy who speaks English out there. I'm sure the other guys do as well, but Spanish first. So Stack running for Gullick. Kavanaugh at the plate, swings through that.
Godoy knows that there's a runner now, and you'll see him pick up the pace, throw a little more pepper on the pitch. Home plate umpire Keith Cook is making sure he stays close to that plate, but three and one count.
Kavanaugh, hard shot right to third. They get one at second, and the return throw gets away from Villavazo at first. So Kavanaugh beats that out. Hard hit shot. They try to go around the horn, but importantly, they do get the lead runner.
Good play by Rogelio Sequeira.
Great hands over there by Sequeira. Always has had a good set of mitts. And the Venezuela ball players have always been the top infielders in the game. You think about some of the other guys. Eder Chirinos is a guy that comes to mind too. Hello to our good friend out in Manitoba, Freddie Nellison. With us all week. Swing and a miss here by Mike Lewis.
Flores got that one off the hand or the wrist, and he put his hand on the umpire, said, "I'm all right."
Well, he's
grin and bear it.
Yeah, he's just looking for 2 more outs, and then he can go stick that in a bucket of ice.
Yep.
Moline, Illinois, amazing lugar, muy bonito lugar.
Oh, chased upstairs.
Nice pitch there by Godoy. Just make it a little tempting.
And again, chases that rise ball up and out of the zone for strike 3. So Ramon Godoy within an out of a 2-0 shutout win for JB. We're also one swing away from a tie game, Joe. So let's not count any chickens here just yet.
Jeff Lewis had 2 hits in the big game yesterday against Université Nationale.
Thought about a bunt.
That surprises me, but
yeah.
First baseman Juan Villavazo back a little deep, but
Well, he's deep. Godoy fields his position very well, and Sekera was charging hard.
Yeah.
Called strike in the outside corner. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Some action down in the JB bullpen just in case. A couple of guys coming back to the bench, but they are not going to need it as Lewis chases rise ball way up and out of the zone. Big hugs for JB as they win 2-0. Rafa Flores drives in a run. Lenny Villavazo hits one into the next county. And that is all that the JB squad needed tonight because Roman Godoy, Joe Todd dominant out there. 3 hits.
3 hits in the game, 12 strikeouts, no walks. Just kept the Kegel Black Knights contained other than Zach Shaw, the leadoff batter, coming through with 2 of those hits. Had all of his pitches working, though. Had the change up, the rise. Everything was to perfection. When he needed that little extra pepper, he was there with it.
Dominant display tonight by Roman Godoy. JB, the finalists of the USA Nationals, they'll move on to the winner's bracket for the Kegel Black Knights. They'll fall into the loser bracket side, and it's a long way back to the loser's bracket, but it has been done. Joe, that wraps up all 4 games today on day 3. Come back with us. We're going to be on the air at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll bring you more winners round action here at the ISC World Tournament. Thanks to Travis Wilson for joining us during the New York Gremlins game. Luciano Lafrano, my friend, boom, great coverage tonight. Katrina Lafrano doing just an absolutely marvelous job out there in that action camera. Joe Todd, thank you. Thank you for being with us, all of you globally out there. We really appreciate your support. Thanks to our sponsors. We will see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central Time or thereabouts, and we'll catch you then. Take care. Good night.
Good night.